Welcome to the Royal Road School of Carmelite Prayer. At the present time, we're looking at a talk given by Brother Marie-Pierre in France entitled The First Steps in Carmelite Prayer. We've looked at Part 1, the characteristics of silent prayer, Part 2, the difficulties and the distractions, and today we are going to look at the link between our own lives and our prayer. So Brother Marie-Pierre tells us that we need to allow our lives to enter into our prayer, to be ourselves, and to talk to God about our Christian, Catholic life. Practicing the virtues per Saint Teresa of Avila represents relationships with others or charity, relationships with God or humility, and relationships with the world or detachment. And my life is meant to be evangelized and to become more harmonious through my life of prayer. But an interior life of prayer has to be fed, and it is continuously sending us back to fraternal community, fraternal communion, the meeting of Christ in the sacraments in community with the faithful. And so the goal of prayer is regularly cultivated prayer will introduce habitual recollection into our lives, and our prayer leads us into silence, into interior silence, like a conquest. It's a gift. One day when it pleases God, silence will simply overtake our deepest selves. A loving silence is the only language that pleases Him. A silent love, says John of the Cross. The place of unification or coming together of my being is within. All aspects of my being must come under the gentle authority of Christ by an act of faith, the gift of the whole self. Carmel always orients us towards God, to accept God's proposition of marriage, of union. I am made for this, to become one with God, to be transformed by Him, to be transformed by Him in love. So a life of prayer is a passage into a new life. We stay here for God, but not for His consolations. And it's good to be together for this practice, to encourage one another. A new way of being together in silence. Where love is first, we will find a way, says Saint Teresa of Avila. Amen. So this is the conclusion of the presentation given us by Brother Marie-Pierre in the monastery, the Carmelite monastery in Brucy, France. And he gave this presentation several years ago. And once again, it defines the characteristics of Carmelite prayer and really tells us how to begin. He puts some handles on a difficult subject for us and brings it down to where we can really understand it. I hope that this helped you, and let me encourage you to listen to it again. I've listened to it many times, so thank you so much for following along, And I hope that these little videos are blessing you and your life. Amen.